Yes, students, this is for software size estimation. As we are seeing that there is a different type of the software which are growing in the multiples. Like first is the baseline, that is of 160 TP. Then it is increased 1.5 times. Then it will increase 2 times. Then it will increase 3 times and 4 times. So this is the procedure of increasing the software. If the software is increasing in this size, then it's a very required that you have to estimate the software cost according to the size or according to the effort, so that you can create a software for the profit also. So what is the software size estimation? An activity in the software engineering that is used to estimate the size of a software application or a component. So the software can be in the form of an application or it can be in the form of a component. So we have to estimate the complete software project. So it may possible the whole complete software is divided into the small application and small components. So each and every application and component should be estimated. Its size should be estimated in advance. There can be some changes when you start development. Then definitely there must be some changes. There may be some changes, but that will be like near about it. So first of all, we have to estimate it. So software size estimation is needed. Why feel needed? Size increases the interdependency among the various elements of the software, grows rapidly, increases. Software size is the main driver for the project cost estimation. So it is the main driver. Size of the software is the main driver to estimate the project cost. This is the complete process how we have to estimate the size of a project. Collect the initial requirement, then estimate the product size, estimate the efforts, produce the schedule, estimate the cost, approve the estimate. If it is done, then of course approve the estimate and then analyze, go to the estimation. If it is not approved anyhow, then it will again you have to go back. Like suppose the customer is coming to you and you had collected all the initial requirement from the customer. Then you had estimated the product size, how long the software will be. Is it a small component, or is it a small application, or is it a small software, or it is a medium size, or it is a high it is a big size. Whatever the size, product size, you have to estimate how many efforts you will get, human efforts, that can be a resource efforts, can be. So you have to estimate all efforts included in it, and then produce the schedule, whatever the Gantt chart and quad chart you are creating for the project completion. Then you have to estimate the cost, and then you have to send it to the approval for the your higher authorities. If it is approved, then you have to go for the analyzing of the estimation process. Otherwise you have to go back again. So this process will be rotated again and again until only the estimation has been approved. Means you cannot send it there only. And then you have to start developing the product. Then again re-estimation will be needed, actual size and effort will be checked, and then again an analyzation of the estimation of product. Because if this is the approved estimate and this is the actual estimate, actual size or efforts. Because when we start doing the software development, then definitely we can get some changes also. So we can get some efforts, time, or money change, can be changed according to the situation. So for estimation of the product size and estimation effort and produce the schedule, in, in these three will get the informations from the historical project data. It may possible that somewhere it will be some people have done already on to the same software or same application or same component. So you can get the data from these historical projects for these estimation of the project size, product size, efforts, and schedule. Resources available, which are the resources available, then you have to produce the schedule. Means how many human efforts are available, how many resources are available, how many computers are available, how many printers are available, how we will feed. Then current cost of data, means if you want to buy some data from the agencies, then what the cost, that will also be incurred into this estimation of the cost point. So this is the whole complete process of the size and cost estimation. So now we will start with all the 1, 2, 3 things. Software project estimation. First of all, the 4 basic steps in the software project estimations are: first of all, the estimate of the size of the development of product. This generally ends up with either the line of code or function point, that the different models are there. So we will discuss in some at the end of this report some method or function point or some models of cost estimation later in the end of this session. Estimate the efforts in the person month or person hours, means how many persons are working for how many months, or how many persons are working how many hours. So if the project is long, if the project is month based, then you have to count the efforts in person month. And if it is a it is a small project, it is a some 1, 2, 3, 4 days project or a week project, then you have to count the efforts according to the person per hours. How many persons are working how many hours, this is person hours. Estimate the schedule in the calendar month. So first of all, you have to estimate the schedule, how many weeks, how many days, how many months, how many years you are to going to complete this project. So schedule should be final. As we had seen, there are 4 steps: then estimates of the product size, then effort, then schedule, and then cost estimation. And last will be estimate the project cost in dollars or local currency, whatever you have. So first of all, estimating the size. An accurate estimate of the size of the software to be built in the first step is to an effective estimate. Your source of information regarding the scope of the project should whenever possible start with formal description of requirement. For example, customer's requirement specification or request for proposal, a system specification, a software requirement specifications. These all are the estimating size parameters. Means first of all, the customer's requirement specification, what the customer need. So according to the customer need or requirement specification, we can estimate the size of our project. Or request or proposal, or whatever the customer send you as a request, or how many screens, how many line of codes it is required, you have to estimate it. And this estimation can be found from the historical projects, or if you are not getting the exactly same project, you can get it like near about projects from which you can get the rough idea. A system specifications, its requirements, software requirements specification, all can be done in the estimating size. If you are re-estimating a project in the later phases of this project's life cycle, design document can be used to provide additional details. So if we re-estimated, then already we had already estimated this, that can be that can be provide some additional information, previous estimation. So estimation of the product in 2 ways: by analogy and by counting product features. First is analogy. Having done a similar project in past and knowing its size, you estimate each major piece of new project as a percentage of size of a similar piece of the previous project. So so by analogy, it means that you have to take care, or you have to first of all estimate or check the historical projects which you had already done in your past. So you maybe estimate near about percentage or size of the new project. So estimate the total size of the new project by adding up the estimated size of each of the pieces. So all the pieces, you have to divide the whole complete project into the small module, and then estimate the estimate the size of the each module, and then estimate the total size. An experienced estimator can produce reasonably good size estimate by analogy if accurate size values are available for the previous project, and if the new project is sufficiently similar to the previous one. So there is a 2 conditions, that if either the both should be there. We can estimate any project analogically if the accurate size value is available to us, or or the previous project is already documented, and if new project is, and the another thing is the new project which we are going to define should be sufficiently similar to the previous one. By counting product features and using an algorithm approach such as the second is, this is by analogy, by experience, means you can say, by counting product features and using an algorithm approach such as the function point to convert the count into the estimate of size. So now another method is the all the algorithmic approach, all the function points you must know, how much screen, how much user input, how much are user output, how much processing is required into a system, how much controls has been used into the system, that all should be known in advance. Then you can estimate the product size. Macro level product features may include the number of subsystem like classes, subsystem, modules, methods, and functions. More detailed product feature may include the number of screens, dialogues, files, database tables, reports, messages, and so on. So if you had studied that there is a DFD, data flow diagram, so whatever we do during the analysis phase, we always create a complete DFD at different levels, means we create DFD of 0 level, 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, 4 level, and many more level we can go for the data flow diagram, as it depends upon to the project size. So when we define the DFDs onto the 3 and 4 level, then we go very deeply into the whole complete process, by which we can get these how many databases we required, how many screens or how many inputs, how many dialog boxes, how many controls has been required, how many messages we have to transfer, how many reports we have to produce for our client. So all these stuff will be counted. So this is the another way. Software size estimation phases: define, design, and implement. So first of all, you have to define, means first of all you have to define the size, when to size, and design means sizing, what is the size, build, then test, then implement again sizing. Initial sizing during or after requirement phase. So first of all, when we studied the requirement phase, then we do the initial sizing. So in this time, this is a very rough estimation, initial sizing. And when we go on to the designing, as we are we talking about the we had already studied that there is two different way to specify the sizing. First is by analogy, another is by counting the function points. So first of all, first sizing will be done. First sizing will be done at the defining stage, which is a very approximate stage where we have to decide the size of our project